All right, middle school, I'm going to show you the last step of your Native American cactus pots. When you have the cactuses, the soil, and the pot all filled in with oil pastel, and you've done the baby oil technique, the last step is to do a watercolor wash. You're going to need a cup of water, and the kit that I gave you has a paintbrush with it, but you can also use, there's another one in there as well, a little bit larger one. You can use that, and you'll need the watercolor kit, obviously. Okay, so the technique I'm going to show you is called wet on wet, and this is what I would like to see for your watercolor background. We're going to do a wash. What this means is that we are going to get our paper wet. And the thing about using oil pastels and watercolor, oil and water do not mix. So the oil is going to be like a resistance to the water. So don't worry about getting watercolor paint too close to your oil pastels, because it's not going to matter. They will repel each other. All right, so I'm just going to focus on the top section first. Okay, so I've got that really good and wet. I'm going to pick a color for my the top section. I want to pick something besides green. I have a lot of green on there, obviously, with the cactuses, so I'm going to pick something with a little bit more contrast. I think I might actually go with, I have a lot of red in there as well. I think maybe I'll do blue. So when you're working with watercolor, students, make sure that you're adding plenty of water to the cake. I often see people use this and they keep it really dry and they treat it like it's acrylic paint. Make sure that you're adding enough water to it to use it like watercolors, okay? So you can see my paper is curling a little bit. That's okay. That's basically kind of what watercolor paper does do. And I'm using quite a bit of water. Every time I go to get more paint, I pick up more water as well. So I'm just going to go around the background, picking up water, picking up paint. Now with watercolor, if you want this to be more intense or maybe a darker color, like I wanted this a darker blue, watercolors you work in layers. So the first amount of paint that you put on does not have to be the final amount. If I want this to be quite a bit darker, I can come back in with more paint when it dries. It's just about patience. And I can add in more color and make it a darker blue. And you guys can see when I bring it up close to the oil pastels, there is no way that that watercolor is going to get on there because it resists. Okay, so I have the top section done. Now I'm going to move on to the bottom part. Now this one, guys, I would like you to use like a neutral color, a brown or a black or something like this. I'd like it to look like it's a tabletop, something like that. All right, so when you're picking this, pick a neutral color. And it's okay if the top bleeds in a little bit, that's all right. So I'm gonna go with brown, and again, I'm really getting that cake wet with water. And then I'm going to start putting in my wash using the wet on wet technique. I think with this one, I am definitely going to allow this to dry, and I'm going to come back at another point and add in more color. This is a really, really light brown. Now, if you start to get colors that you don't want to mix, like I don't want this right here, take a paper towel and blot that off. And you can get rid of that. Make sure to cover the entire surface area. We don't want to see any white paper in there, okay? So at this point, I'm going to allow this to dry. I'm going to go grab a paper towel and I'm going to blot up a little bit of areas that I don't want to mix like this. I'm going to allow it to dry, and I think I might darken up the other area.